Hi there, I'm Adrienne Everheart, your feminine energy dating and relationship coach, and in this video I'm going to talk about no contact. You've heard of no contact, how no contact can help you get your ex back or return someone you love. You've heard about no contact being a great way to help heal yourself and recover from damage with a breakup, really make someone miss you. I'm going to share with you my feminine energy version of no contact and tell you a little bit more about how no contact works in my program, the ABCs to get him back. Now, I'll tell you really quickly, I don't really believe in the traditional sense of no contact. No contact to me reminds me of really the precursor of what became cancel culture. I don't really believe we should cancel people, and I don't believe you should have no contact with someone on purpose for a regimented amount of time. But let me explain why and the differences, because at some point, I really do think it's important to have no contact with someone. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that more in depth in this video. Now, as always, if you are new to my channel, please do take a moment and hit the subscribe button. My channel depends on subscribers like you to let me know I'm doing a good job, and so that other women can learn about feminine energy and learn this important message I have to share with you. Now, as far as canceling a person out and not contacting them, I do believe a person should be punished for something they did wrong. But I don't believe that human life is something that we just throw away, we just cancel, we just no longer contact that person. On a side note, I think this has a lot to do with how things are handled in our prison system, but that's another time, that's another video. Right now, I want to talk about why you would use no contact and an alternative to this method that's really going to reconnect you and your partner and grow a much stronger and healthier relationship, which is what you ultimately want to have. I'm really excited to share this with you because, I've said this before, I wouldn't take financial advice from someone who's dead broke. I would take financial advice from someone who's very wealthy. I have lived this. I had 3 very painful breakups with my partner, the man who's now my husband. I mean, these were breakups that I was never sure we would ever turn around from. Each time we had several months apart until the final breakup where it ended up turning around. This is how I created my program, the ABCs, to get him back. I modeled it after so many of the things that I was trying and experimenting with at that time in my coaching career. I also practiced this with a lot of my clients, so I was able to get a lot of valuable knowledge into no contact and other methods that you really think you're doing something helpful to bring your partner back. And really, it's a manipulative tool that doesn't foster creating a loving, long-lasting, healthy love. So I've lived it, ladies. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. Let me share my feminine energy version of this with you. So I believe no contact really has 2 purposes. The first purpose is I can't be around this person anymore. It is an unhealthy thing for me, and that is a boundary. That's a boundary for my physical, mental well-being. I need to no longer have any contact with that person. I do not believe in writing someone off just because you may say a parent is toxic or a person is toxic. I don't really believe in toxic people. I do believe in healthy boundaries and having time apart so that you can re-examine yourself, re-examine the relationship. Very rarely is there just one person to blame in a problem, but often you do need this time away from someone so that you can really get a hold of your mental and emotional well-being. This serves a very good function. Now, I don't believe that you should put a regimented time, like I need 30 days, I need 60 days. A time on a calendar is not going to mean anything for your emotional growth as a person or anyone else's. So a date on a calendar is a completely neutral, made-up thing. Only you know when it's right to reach back out to someone or reestablish contact with someone. Now, in the ABCs program, it stands for absolute best chances. I give you something called the Hail Mary Pass. And I do suggest doing it after around 3 months' time. The reason I say 3 months is that I give you 3 months worth of homework and things that I want you to do and be doing to help foster the growth going on inside of you. It's not like you just sit around in your living room eating ice cream and then go, oh, it's been 3 months. I can reach out to my ex now. So the 3 months is there to give you some time and activities, things, processes you can do to help really improve your spiritual, emotional growth, so that when you do reach out to this person that you love and care about, I give you the absolute best chances of connecting and growing something new. But as always, if a person is really bad for you, they are causing you mental, physical stress and duress, by all means, take a break from them, but let them know you're doing so. We don't just cut someone out of our lives and say, you know what, I'm not going to talk to you. I don't want to do a relationship anymore. Let's just throw away the last 6 months I've known you, or however many years. So relationship and a person, to me, is not something you just throw in the trash unless they are causing you severe mental, emotional stress. People are not disposable. We can have conversations with one another. We can establish a little bit of time to regroup, get our heads back on, get our hearts in the right place. And you also have the right to say, you know what, I just can't be in a relationship with you. I love you. I care about you. I'll spend a little time with you, but I need this boundary so that I can form my new identity away from you. And that's the saddest, hardest part, is that sometimes this type of no contact is really about, I need to figure out who I am away from you. And I can't do that as long as you're coming around, you're coming around, you're coming around. I can't figure out who I am. I can't figure out why I've been miserable for the last 3 months, you see. So especially if a man's walked out on you, you really don't want to be pestering him and reaching out to him all the time in hopes of rekindling the relationship. I say this many times in the ABCs to get him back. There are no instant relationships. Once your relationship has ended and you've broken up with someone, be happy. Be glad that you broke up. Be glad it ended because it was broken. You want to rebuild a new relationship. You want to build something strong and healthy with some new values, some new techniques, where your energy, your feminine and masculine energy is grounded and balanced, and you're not having a power struggle with that person. So that's what a more natural type of no contact can give you. But remember, it's not a regimented amount of time. People are not machines. We're not calendars. We don't subscribe to any specific amount of time to get over a habit, to learn a new way of speaking or being, or whatever it may be. We're not programmable machines. This is something that you have to feel inside of you. And maybe, just maybe, when you reach out to that person, they will also be on a similar page. Now, this last tip I want to talk about is the most important way feminine energy can help you implement a type of no contact, especially if a man has broken up with you, he's said that he needs space from the relationship, or if he said, you know what, I can't be with you. You deserve someone better. I can't be the person that you need me to be in this relationship. When a man usually does or says something like that, I want you to listen to him, because that's him really being honest about what he can and cannot do as a man. And remember, try as you might, you are not here to tell him what he can or cannot do as a man. He has to figure that out on his own. You have to trust that this man really knows what's best for him. And if you're contacting him a lot, reaching out to him, I do want you to exercise a type of considerate no contact, meaning this person has requested space from me. I'm going to honor that. And I'm not going to reach out to them. I'm not going to bother them. I'm not going to let them know how much I miss them or what a mistake they've made or anything like that. I am going to trust that they can figure out whatever's going on in their life. Now, feminine energy also has a wonderful way to keep that no contact going, in that I encourage my clients to do something called share a love memory. Now, you can share this love memory on your social media. You can share it wherever you want, but do not overshare it. We do not want to overdo this. And I also encourage that you don't share a love memory just because you want to get to a person and you want to somehow, again, manipulate or control or make something happen. I want it to be really authentic. But early in the first breakup with my partner, I knew we didn't break up because we didn't love each other. That wasn't the issue. There was some other problem going on. We loved having dinner together, exercising, living together, being partners and friends. We loved all that, but there was this other conflict conflict that later ended up being largely attributed to me being in my masculine energy. So I knew we loved each other. We shared pets together. We had these great memories together. I was like, one day my dog was being so cute. He had decided to hop up on the picnic table and he just sat there and posed so sweetly. And I took a picture and I sent it to Jeff. And I sent it without any long message, without any sort of guilting comment like, oh, we miss you and wish you were part of our lives. None of that. I just sent that picture to him. And he told me, he said, you know, this really melted my heart. And I see my little dog and I love you and I miss you guys. I almost start to tear up when I think about it. Because you have to get back in touch with what really made you two a family and made you love one another and care about one another. Why did you create this world together? How did you feel in the beginning? And how can you bring more of that into the now? So don't let no contact be a prescribed set of time that you ignore someone and you cancel them from your life. Allow no contact to be, I'm considerate. I understand that I maybe need to lean back and let this person figure out their issues and I'm going to figure out mine, but I'm not going to overstep my boundaries. I'm not going to wear out my welcome. I'm going to let this evolve naturally. But yeah, if there's something that's close to a person's heart, it's close to mine, I'm going to share it. I'm sharing it for me. I'm not sharing it to make anything happen. So I teach you so much more about this in the ABCs to Get Him Back program. This program goes so in depth. I give you a roadmap that literally goes from breakup to getting back together. A big thing women struggle with in getting back together is the guy starts coming around, but he hasn't claimed you yet. So that's a big part of that. And it's really about rediscovering who you are and rebuilding who you are now that that relationship has taken a big step back, or there's been distance, or there's been something keeping you and your guy apart. So please do visit my website, everheartcoaching.com. Take a look at the ABCs to Get Him Back. I hope this video has been helpful on why no contact in the traditional sense is about having this set amount of time. It's just really not realistic. I do believe if you have a healthy boundary, you might need some time from a person for as long as you need. But this really isn't about, I'm just not talking to this person no matter if they contact me or not. People are not disposable. We're not programmable machines. So no contact to me is very cruel. It's a way of handling things that has nothing to do with growing stronger as two people and loving one another more and more as the days pass. It's about manipulation and control. And I want you to get more in touch with the feminine energy aspects of love in a relationship, which is about boundaries, clarity, being kind, and being loving. So please do check out my programs. As always, subscribe to my channel. I really love to see your subscribers when you comment below, and I appreciate getting your likes, and I read all of your comments. I look forward to seeing you all again in my next video. Mwah. Much love. Bye-bye.